Welcome to the cockpit. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your pilot. This post-game is taking place a day later because my ass was shot by the end of that game yesterday. Jets win 24-3 against the New England Patriots. This stream is powered by BetUS. If you guys want to help support the stream, head over to BetUS and support the sponsor of our stream. Before we get any further, I do want to recognize that if you head down into or over to BetUS, get a 150% bonus match on your first deposit up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. And if you're looking at Aaron Rodgers sitting there plus 125 for comeback player of the year after the performance he put on last night, maybe you want to throw a little cheddar on that. So head over there and help support the channel. But boys and girls, let me tell you, was I excited. Not just me. Look, the whole fucking fan base pumped up on this. I was going through work my entirety of today just on cloud nine. I don't care. I got literally, like, by the time I edited the little vlog thing from the game, I didn't go to bed till like 4 in the morning. So I was like, I woke up at 7:30, cruising on like autopilot right now. But like, whether it's me being delirious from a lack of sleep or just living on cloud nine, knowing that I can go into the weekend watching the college football games, watching the pro games on Sunday and on Monday night, just basking in the glory of having beat down the Patriots in such utterly dominant fashion. 7 sacks. Aaron Rodgers easily could have gone over 300 yards if they could figure out the little connection between Garrett Wilson and Rodgers there. They're just like a touch off, just a little fraction of the way off. Garrett's either not getting his toes in or a ball slightly behind or slightly low. Once they figure that out, this team's going to be something special. It seems like Conklin kind of got figured out this week, which is kind of nice to see because I thought he'd have a little bit bigger role than we've seen to this point, and seeing him kind of go off, especially as like the safety valve when Rodgers is scrambling out to the side. I thought Rodgers looked so much more fluid or like loose maybe. And maybe that is just like the rust that everyone always talks about. Like, hey, you got to break out of that. Haven't played football in a bunch of years. I shouldn't say a bunch of years, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. In a bunch of time. But it feels like from the week 1 to week 2, there was some degree of hesitancy for me. Like, okay, Rodgers isn't moving as good as he used to be able to move, which is to be, sort of understandable. Achilles injury, 40 years old, like you're not necessarily going to move like you're 30 years old. But man, he looked a lot better last night than he looked in any of the games we've seen him in prior. So this is like, it feels like we got that early 2000s to mid 2000s Rodgers back. And it just gives me that much more hope because this offensive line is still just gelling and trying to figure it all out. Like there's still a bunch of stupid penalties we got to figure out. But these guys are going to get better. Mike Williams is going to get more healthy. He's going to get dialed into the offense. Garrett Wilson, for the most part, really hasn't been a huge factor in the offense. Like they've really covered him well the first 3 weeks of the season. Like, yeah, he has a touchdown and whatnot, but like just not really where you would envision the number one wide receiver in an Aaron Rodgers-led offense to be. So I think these guys are definitely going to perform better and better. I think the difference between, 280 yards, I think is what Rodgers had, to like 350 is like 2 catches. It's like not far off. They get this figured out. It's going to be something special. And like, dude, just like to watch just the dominance, right? Like the last time I went to the home opener last year and you had all the blinking lights from the wristbands and everything swirling around, the excitement of the energy and whatnot. We left the building and like, okay, we got to win. And it was a crazy win, but I felt like we lost the season. This year, we won, and basically from the first touchdown, I was like, we won this game. They're like, the Patriots are not going to stop us. We're taking long drive after long drive, 70, 80-yard drives, 11 play drives, taking tons of time off the clock. Braylon Allen, you're a freak, by the way. Braylon and Breece, two-headed monster, going to be very hard to stop. You could probably argue playing Braylon Allen at the same time if you have Breece Hall on your fantasy team. Like, that's how good this Wombo combo is going to be. It's just really cool to see. And honestly, Braylon had one of those catches. Was it a catch or was it a hand? It might have been a handoff. Like, behind the line of scrimmage, like back 2-3 yards, whatever it was, and got popped And he's just like, oh, no, I'm going to run an extra 3 yards to get 1 yard of net total yardage. The guy's an animal. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how he's this good at 20 years old. Very cool to see. And just like, it felt right. Like, I guess you get a different vibe from being in the stadium because the fans always want Salah to challenge different things, but I thought the 2 challenges went really well yesterday. I don't like seeing the clock management stuff get screwed up. The 2 timeouts we took at the beginning part of the third quarter when it was, I think it was 14-3 still at that point. Not that I ever thought it was necessarily like in jeopardy, but like when we burned those 2 timeouts, I'm thinking, oh, great, here we go. Same old Jets. This is what's going to happen. So there was maybe that level of concern at some point. But this is a Patriots team that is different than years past. But the defense isn't like that wildly different. Obviously, not having Judon is going to be a big part of this whole puzzle. But this is a good defense. It gave the Bengals a whole hell of a lot of trouble. It gave the Seahawks a hell of a lot of trouble. They had to go into overtime. And the Jets just walked out and they're like, okay, yeah, you know what? We've played like literally every game of our season so far on short rest. And we just kicked your fucking teeth in. Let's go. Yo, I'm so fired up. It feels good. I had a great day too. Like going to the brewery for Fireman Ed's thing was really neat. Got to see Jake, got to see Tyson and Primetime and blew it. And I'm forgetting names out there, but dude, just so many people came out. It was a really, really good time. And like the coaches club, yo, I got my tickets upgraded, which was crazy. One of my coworkers was like, yo, like, you got tickets? I was like, I got tickets. He's like, well, we just got some coaches club tickets. I was like, oh, well, guess who's going to coaches club? This guy is. Oh man, it was super cool. It was upgraded food was really neat. Like, yo, they had empanadas that were like super tasty. Pizza, like not the chicken fingers and fries and stuff you see like around the stadium. Like it was actually like good. They had shrimp cocktail. They had sushi. Like unreal. The amount of stuff they had in there. I don't know how you normally get into that area. You probably got to spend a crazy ton of money, but like very, very cool. Very cool experience. Got to go on the field. Was able to see like we were like from me to, you guys can't really gauge it. From me to like that sign away from like the benches. It's like Morstead was running by. Just very, very cool. All right, I want to go through some of the comments you guys have in the chat. We'll do this for like an hour. I want to get a little pulse on how you guys are feeling on this. Yeah, dude, just very excited. Very, very excited about this. Let's see. We got Dannyberry Sports pops in and says, yo, Iggit. Yo, what's good? Go Jets. Alan says, hey, Jets, Jets. Column, let's go. Wheels up Jets. Dakota, go Jets, go. Tim, excited. Just keep going, Jets. Edward, Jets, baby. Oh, this is good. I'll get to some of you guys. I'll pull you up in the call in over here. I'll get to you in just a second. I just want to go through a few of these chats, and then we'll fire off on some commentary. I want to hear how you guys are all feeling. We'll keep it short because if people want to call in, I don't want people taking up too much of the airwaves. Bleed Green says, finally put some respect on Conklin's name. I'm telling you, he's going to have a good year. I took him in a bunch of fantasy drafts this year. I'm super pumped on him. Cuddy says, let's go Jets. What a game to witness. Killer bees. Cuddy, I wish I could have run into you. I know we were talking back and forth a little bit, and I don't my phone died at the beginning of this. Luckily I had the glasses on, so I was able to like record stuff after the fact because there's a little bit of memory in them. But like, yeah, my phone was toast at the beginning part of this whole thing. Super bummed. I guess that's what happens when you start your tailgate at 2:00 in the afternoon. Your phone and everything else is gonna die. Cuddy comes in and says, let me make you feel better. Huff played last week. Didn't even show up on the stat sheet and 1 tackle all year. McDonald is coming into his own. So I'll say this. Look, last week's Titans game, I did not come away overly impressed with Will McDonald. Like, obviously the stat sheet looked good. 3 sacks was really nice. But like I did the every snap for Will McDonald. I was like, wow, he really kind of got manhandled in a lot of these snaps. Now I haven't seen the every snap for the Patriot game yet. We did the every throw video for Aaron Rodgers. If you guys didn't see that, it's over on Twitter. So you can check that out. But the Will McDonald looked way better just from like a sideline perspective yesterday. It felt like he was more dominant. And hopefully it just keeps coming into his own. And as he gets more opportunities to whether it's test out pass rush moves or go up against just different guys. Like obviously they had the backup or young left tackle in yesterday. I don't know how many times he lined up on the left-hand side or our right-hand side, their left-hand side. But yeah, dude, I'm pumped. I want Will McDonald to be good. I was not a fan of the selection. I still stand by that because I would have wanted Huff here, but heck, it's all right. I'm not upset with it. He's on our team. I want him to do well. Kelvin says, let's have it go. Jets up. Only going to get better. Dude, I really think this team is going to get a lot better as we kind of move on through all of this. Jet Up said, Ryan, did you do an every throw this week? I did. It's on Twitter. I can't do the every throws on YouTube anymore. I guess the algorithm's just gotten better where they're flagging everything and it just blocks the video entirely, which really stinks because I always love sharing those and I get like a ton of views. So sadly, it doesn't seem like the every throw video is going to live on this channel. It'll be on my Twitter each week, and then I'll do the every all 22 videos for people that are or players that are interesting for each week. Let's see. All right. Sorry, just going through here. Let's see. Do I have my two? I don't know if I have my two panels set up. Let me see if I have my two panels set up. Let's go over to see if I can go to Jake. Jake, how you doing, dude? Oh, see, I got my old scores up there. I didn't update anything. Pull that off. How you doing, dude? How you feeling about yesterday's game? Feels kind of good.
Were you there?
I was there, yeah. Great
Posted
night.
though, but last second snafu, so didn't end up at that. But it was a win. God, it was a win. I predicted it was going to be a close game because of typical Jets fashion, but they finally did what they should have done a goddamn long time ago, which was make this a game that was over by halftime, which it was. Although Greg Zuerlein missing that kick was embarrassing. There's no reason that should happen, but it did.
He doesn't get as much practice anymore, right? Like we're finishing some drives as opposed to needing to kick endless field goals in every single game. That's my excuse for him.
Sure. Okay.
It's a bad excuse.
Well, we'll look at it from the other standpoint of like, for once, the kicking is like the least of our concern. But
yeah.
Listen, you know what? I've been very honest, even though probably everyone thinks I'm the most negative Nancy in the world. Week one, I knew Rodgers was the guy from week one. Like I knew at that point, I'm like, he's only going to get better. He was flawed last night. The Patriots offensive line, I mean, is a complete travesty. I mean, it is just so bad. I did not realize how bad it was. Obviously, that doesn't mean that like the Jets defense gets excuses for the last 2 weeks. I mean, they still did severely underperform. But Will McDonald at least has shown me that there is real potential with him. Like I was not sold on him at all from his rookie season, but at least there's some hope to believe that we're not doing the okay, let's just give Hassan Reddick the bag and be done with it. So we're not rushing to that, thank God. I don't know. Part of me feels like somehow, I don't know why I feel this way, that he could potentially just say, you know what, like I didn't want to do this whole 3 games in 11 days thing. Yeah, now I'll come show up. Like maybe that's ability.
I actually heard that as a rationale. I don't know where I saw that from. I don't know if it was one of those like aggregators on Twitter or something like that, but I saw something that might be to the effect of the 3 games in 11 days was like a risk of injury that he wasn't willing to try and do at that particular time, which is a nice excuse, but I think he just made a bad business move. And I don't know if it gets done unless the Jets are willing to sign him for at least 2 years. I don't think he's going to play a snap for the Jets. I think we either trade him or he's going to have to sign 2 years, and which I'm not totally against anymore. I think Jermaine Johnson getting the Achilles, there's going to be some issues next year, and I think it's probably wise to shore it up. It's just how much do you want to push off into those void years beyond the 2 seasons?
Well, I mean, look, I don't want to talk about next year, but if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be semi-honest, and this is not actually about just Hassan Reddick, I love Brees. Braylon Allen is making a case to why you draft running backs every year. Like, I'm going to be very frank with you. I think right now you're seeing like Christian McCaffrey, like as much as a stud running back he is, the Niners are kind of thinking a little bit like, yeah, he's a stud player, but are these guys worth the money every time?
I
Brees
think
Hall
it
will probably have
depends.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it depends on how you utilize them, right? Like I think a Christian McCaffrey, because he's getting what, like 20 million a year, I think is his deal. If you're gonna utilize him like a top end wide receiver, and not just run him into the offensive line nonstop, like if he's gonna be a bruising kind of back, then you're probably gonna burn the tread off of him pretty quickly. Um, Brees, I feel like does fall into that Christian McCaffrey kind of realm where you could utilize him as a really good wide receiver. I am in favor of paying Brees on a 3-year contract after this season to try and mitigate the issues because I think we're going to need him going into next year. But I completely agree. I think Braylon Allen very quickly is making Brees seem
Yeah.
more expendable than he is. And I think that's more a testament to Braylon Allen than it is any knock on Brees.
He looks like Le'Veon Bell, dude. I I
He's
I
really
I don't
good.
I don't say this about a lot of players, but how his physique is, how he catches out of the backfield. He's
Mm,
strong, he's lanky. I mean, not as much lanky, he's bulkier, but I mean,
mm,
he just has that elusive tendency to be able to get out into space and really make plays, and he's not that
mm,
bruiser up. Maybe he's a little they're trying to treat him that way, but I think they're still trying to figure out who he really is, and I think this offensive line, which has played
mm,
very well, pending Morgan Moses, which let's face it, all the Brock Bowers people, how are you regretting are you really regretting that pick now? Because Olu's going to be a massive part to this monstrous part. Because the problem also is that like we think Tyron Smith's going to get hurt, but
mm,
Morgan was most first to get hurt. Thank God it looks like it's not that bad. It looks like the
mm,
Jordan Love injury, but offensive wear a brace. He'll probably get back on the field probably by I say the Buffalo game, but not to rant
mm,
about every single player in case. This is
mm,
just my honest opinion, and I think you can agree with this, and a lot of Jet fans should be frank about this. We should be happy about this win, but this is what needs to really be done before the Jets really are going to be taken seriously for once as not the same old
mm,
Jets. They need to go beat the crap out of Denver, and I mean beat the crap. I mean, I want Bo Nix so bad that Zach Wilson has to go into the game in the second half. Like that's what I want. I'll be there next
mm.
week. I want
Oh,
that
me
to
too.
happen. Like I watched with New England. I want like I think Sam Darnold. Let's give you know what Jet fans give Sam Darnold a little credit. I think he's finally getting his footing. He's finally with an offensive mind. He knows what he's talking about. He's got good
Mm,
receivers. It's going to be a little of a challenge. I think we'll still win that game because it's on neutral territory, and I think Sam Darnold's not ready for this kind of defense. That's just me personally.
mm,
I think it all boils down to the night game that the Jets chose to not bye week. They had the option to go back on Monday night and play Buffalo, which
mm,
I think they can beat Buffalo. Not afraid of Josh Allen.
mm,
If they go home and they not crush but make it a reasonable win against the Buffalo Bills, that is the moment where I will tell you straight up to here they are Super Bowl contenders. I really
mhm,
do believe that because the rest of their schedule, you're looking at the only threatening quarterbacks that I see on that schedule is maybe Josh Allen again, maybe
mhm.
Kyler Murray, even though I think he's defensible, um, and maybe if you want to say Justin Fields,
Gino?
not willing to say that, but I mean I think he's going to get better with the Steelers. I really do.
Mm,
I think he will get better, but otherwise, Tua's done for the season, maybe his career. I mean, that's just frank at
mm,
this point. And then I think that is the real test for this team. Instead of just sitting here and thinking like we won the Super Bowl last night, which I'm not doing that.
mhm.
I'm not doing this. We won the Super Bowl last night, guys. We beat an embarrassing team last night. We didn't want to beat them because it wasn't the Patriots. I mean, it wasn't Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Great, but
Yeah,
the
but I think
fact is,
that's a little like not giving credit to where credit's due. I mean, the Patriots have played pretty tough teams the first 2 weeks of their season and took them to like the very limits. Like they beat Cincinnati, they took the Seahawks to overtime, and I know they're not the Brady Belichick led Patriots anymore, but like we had our way with their defense, and that defense isn't like a pushover. The
well, their
offense is
offense
crap.
Well, their offensive line got slaughtered the last couple weeks. I mean, they have been
Mm,
bruised and battered. They lost one of their best linebackers. Jabril Peppers got hurt last night. So we should have
mm,
went to this game knowing that the Patriots and Gerard Mayo, as much as I do believe they are a rebuilding team, and
mm,
they're probably what 4 or 5 win team at best. I mean, that's the honest
mm.
truth. They really are not. We took care of business and went in and beat the pulp out of them at that point. Like, thank God Tyler Conklin's finally not just on the payroll. He's actually doing something with Aaron Rodgers. Not his fault, but
Sure.
he exists for a change. So I just I want to. I obviously am. about the win. I'm sure I'm not reading the
Mm-hmm.
chat. I'm sure everyone's probably like, Jake's negative. I don't give a crap. But the fact is that they're actually, for a change, doing what they should be doing, which is win
Mm-hmm.
a concisive win. Which,
Mm-hmm.
although let's be honest, Ryan. The penalties. When can we not
Mm-hmm.
see the penalties? Please, with the penalties every
Mm-hmm.
single freaking week. This is not going to work against the best teams. We have to
Mm-hmm.
get better at this. But at the same time, this might be what it is. We may have to accept that there's going to be some, stupid penalties that that players are going to get here and there. Because Salah's not going to scream at his players. He's just he wants to hang out at the team barbecue before he actually screams at his players. That's the reality.
So to give him credit, there was God. I wish I remembered the player or the. Oh, it was Irv Charles. Irv Charles calls a penalty on something. It was a late hit or roughing. Late. I think it was late hit. I'm pretty sure is what it was, or an unnecessary roughness penalty. And Salah, to his credit, went up to him and like kind of pulled him aside, put his arm around him, and he wasn't like yelling at him in his ear, but he was very clearly like, "You can't do that." Like, at least that's what it seemed like from where I was sitting. I was right behind Salah.
Solid. That's a first.
Yeah, I was actually, I took note of it. I wish I had, my phone was dead at the time, so I couldn't take a picture, but it was very like, it was noticeable for me, considering where we've kind of come from with him. Jake, I love your insight. I don't think you're a negative Nancy all the time. I think you are being a realist. But let's sprinkle a little bit of optimism on there, will we? That's all right.
I'm going to the game, man.
I'm excited to see you there. Make sure you're over with us. Jake, thank you so much for the call. I'm going to put Cameron behind the scenes right now. Cameron, when you come back, I'll pop. I see you back over there. Let me just get to some of these chats real quick. And then I've got Mutt Files behind the scene as well. Let's see. Mutt Files, I saw you left a comment in here saying, great play on both sides of the field. Great play on both sides of the field. Let people downplay the win. I watched a playoff team last night, and it's just going to get better. Completely agree. Mike Williams is going to get better. Garrett Wilson connection with Rodgers is going to get better. And the O-line is going to gel together better. Now, obviously, we hope we have all our healthy pieces and Morgan Moses isn't hurt, too bad consistently, and Tyron Smith doesn't go down at some point. A lot of other things, but we are in the very infinitesimal part of like trying to figure it all out. And I agree, we are going to get consistently better. Oreo comes in and says, unbiased, is Allen/Hall better than Jones and Green? I think so. Absolutely. You're talking about Thomas Jones and Sean Green, I'm assuming? The like from 2009, 2010, like that era. Yeah, absolutely. I really like Thomas Jones a lot, but I think Breece Hall is the most talented running back we've ever had. Like, and that's not a knock on Curtis. That's like Curtis is steady Eddie, 1,000 yards every single season, always healthy for 10 years. You cannot replace that. And obviously, Breece is only, 3 years, going into his third year this year. So a lot to, live up to, I guess, in that respect. But from a pure talent perspective, I've never seen someone in a Jet uniform do what Breece does. And then Allen is just a friggin' freak. Like, Allen is way better than Sean Green. At least at this point, I feel pretty confident saying that. So I will take our running backs right now over, the field. Oreo says, Ryan, you're lenient. Jake should have been ejected. Yeah, I should probably put the timer on it. Jake was making some halfway decent points. You make some decent points, I won't eject you as fast. Because I want to have good conversation. I'm good with that. And Jake has a soft spot. I have a soft spot for Jake. Boba was at the game last night. What a game. Let's effing go. Dude, that stadium was electric. It was really, really cool to see. I will say the initial like Rodgers coming out of the tunnel was not quite as impactful as it was last year, because there was still the gasp of the first time him getting hit on a MetLife turf was like, okay, he's getting up. It's like I still had that panic. It's not going to go away. But I feel a lot better. Obviously, seeing him move around takes a lot of that off of it. But man, the fans were fired up, and it felt good. It felt really, really good. All right, let's go over to Cameron. Cameron, hi, dude. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. I mean, I watched being in Wisconsin. I was able to watch the game all night for once. But not always the case here. Sometimes I gotta only see what I can see highlights, so I appreciate every play.
Dude,
as I said to the wife. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say the every play video was nice because like being able to watch it after having been at the stadium, because there's certain angles I just couldn't see, and honestly, it's super weird when you're sitting on the Jets sideline side of things, but you're watching the broadcast from the opposite side. So like there were plays where Brees was running to like my left, but in the replays he's running to the right. It's like it totally. I think that's the first time I ever sat on that side of the stadium, which is weird. Which that can't be true because I actually definitely sat on that side for the Charger game. But maybe I didn't take note of it. I took note of it this time though. We actually scored.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
I said to the wife last night, on the first drive, I'm like, this is a Rodgers revenge game. It's one of those games where Rodgers is out there to give a middle finger to everybody who said he's too old, he can't run, he can't do it anymore. Because we've all heard, national media, we've all heard, Colin Cowherd or whoever you want to use, talk about, well, he can't do it anymore. He's not the guy. And last night felt like oh, you think I can't do it? Cool. Let me show you. I can still run. I can still throw. And yeah, the Patriots are not what they once were, but there's something magical about that stadium when the fans are fully into it that even sitting here at home, watching Allen, watching Lazard, watching guys, and just going, I can only imagine what it feels like to be there.
Dude, it was special, and it was nice to see Lazard catch that touchdown from Rodgers too. Like, if you had told me 3 games in that Lazard would have 3 touchdowns going, like at this point in the season, I'd be like, there's no way. And Will McDonald has 5 sacks. I'd be like, well, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like if that's where we were 3 weeks in, like we're gonna have 15 sacks from Will McDonald. We're gonna have 10 touchdowns from Lazard. Like, feels crazy, and it feels like the wanting of Davante Adams, at least in this moment right now where I sit, is like, okay, yeah, it'd be nice. It's more of a luxury at this point because Lazard's there's very clearly a like mental matching, I guess, of Rodgers and Lazard. They just know where each other's going to line up. And I felt like Conklin actually kind of took advantage of some of the space that he found as well yesterday. It feels like he's finally coming into his own with Rodgers. Maybe it's just the Patriots D last night. I don't know, but it felt real.
And Mike Williams seemed to have a connection with Rodgers as well. Rodgers being the back shoulder thrower that he is. Williams made a couple catches that I was just like, he is built the type of quarterback that Rodgers finds himself to be. No, I mean, having watched Allen at Wisconsin for a couple seasons here, it's nice to see him coming into his own in the pros. I know he hasn't been around Jets, but you watch him and you go, okay, this is the maturation. I wish he had been at Wisconsin because he always felt like he was right there, but never actually made the transition. And finally is becoming what everyone thought he was going to be when he joined Wisconsin, 17 years old, I think it was.
Dude, he's a freak. And it's honestly, Jake said it really well. It was, hey, he's making you think like, well, maybe we don't pay Brees a crazy ton of money. That's not the way I really want to operate, but like, it's certainly there's opportunities where we have both of them on the field that I think they should continue to do nonstop. Like the more times you can have Brees and Allen on either side of Rodgers, that puts so much stress on a defense. There's going to be a linebacker on one of those 2 guys, and they're not going to be able to catch him. And it's just like, they're not going to take both safeties on both running backs. It's just not going to happen because then you're leaving Garrett and Mike, wide open to catch back shoulder throws on the outside. So I feel like it just. I want Garrett to see one-on-one coverage. I feel like we haven't seen it like at all this entire season yet.
I mean, if the team continues to perform like this, eventually they're gonna with Williams and Conklin and Lazard. Eventually, Garrett's gonna see a one-on-one coverage because you can't leave everybody open. Rodgers is showing you with how much he spread the ball around last night that you cannot leave anybody open because he will. Doesn't matter how small the window is, doesn't matter what it is. I was also going to say that I was pleasantly surprised by Fashanu. I wasn't happy when we drafted him. I wanted Bowers. That was my guy. I know I told you that, the whole thing happened day after the draft, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I might have to eat it eventually because he came in last night and I kind of clicked into him. It just went out. And not once did he look shaken. He understood, his assignment. The guy's solid, and I'm sitting there going, oh crap, maybe he was the move. He's what he was in college. Not overwhelmed, understands technique, can can keep the quarterback clean. And what else can you ask for, really? Left, right. We can always use a good tackle.
Yeah, look, I was definitely more of the I want a weapon more than anything else, and that's in part because I would be all right with getting 𝐁𝐿𝐼 as well. Like, and I wouldn't be opposed to like considering that, depending on how like long the potential nagging injury might be to Morgan Moses. I do think Bowers is going to be a stud. He looks really friggin' good in Vegas right now. That being said, Conklin, I think, is going to have a great year. I still have a ton of hope for Ruckert. So O-line is just the move I didn't think they were going to make. And I'm glad they did. It definitely, it's paying dividends.
That for a while, I feel like we've been like wishing on him for a while. And I know he's not that old, but he doesn't seem to be making as many gains. And I don't know what you saw live against him, but I sit back from, TV screen going, he never pops. He always just seems to make one or two plays. And I'm not saying he's going to turn into Kittle or Kelsey or, any of the big time tight ends, but I want to see something that like Bowers is doing where it's like, wow,
Well, there's also the difference in draft position, right? Like one guy's a third round pick, one guy's, arguably the best tight end to ever come out of college. it's a little, the expectation's a little different.
No. Only other point I guess would be on Will McDonald. I didn't like it when we drafted him. Thought I was a waste of a pick. Wasn't happy. Thought they kind of threw it away. And wasn't super happy. He's been playing. Obviously, we'll take the sacks. It's nice to see a replacement for Bryce Huff that isn't a $50 million man in whatever we'd be paying Reddick right now.
Yep.
It's nice to see that they can develop a guy because he's now got more moves. He was a speed guy coming out of Iowa State. It's a whole thing. If he couldn't run by you, he would basically give up on a play. And last night I saw him a couple times, and again, not seeing him live, but a couple times where he got beat and he chased after him. And yeah, it's not a lot, but it's more than he used to do. And that means he's learning. And the way he's getting around tackles now, power moves, he's hitting people in the chest and moving them. It's like, good. You're showing it.
I love what this defense has become. Like, just from Saleh and Ulbrich being here, and like whoever else has a hand in like the specifically the linebacker and D line rotation is, I can't even say just specifically that, because Stiggers looks good and Eccles has looked good, and like literally we're pulling people off like the scrap heap and having these guys look good. But watching Huff go down to Philly and virtually be a non-factor is something that just feels so good. So good. And like I wanted Huff here. He's our own homegrown guy, but like just got to have more faith in our development of defense. Like I guess that it tells you like, hey, maybe we don't have to invest the crazy amount in certain players on the defense. I still think Sauce is gonna get the bag when that comes up. I don't think he'll. Yeah, Quinnen. There's key pieces. Our linebackers, dude, Sherwood and Quincy. I don't. Yeah, exactly. Sherwood's making it very tough to put Mosley back in there after he gets healthy.
After the way he played last night, I'd let Mosley get as healthy can be and be like, look, you don't need to rush back. We got this. Whenever you feel like you're back in college healthy, we'll put you back in the game. Until then,
why don't you guys split time? We'll do a little this and that. Let's keep you healthy for the playoff run. That sort of thing.
Yeah, we'll need the first round of the playoff. Don't worry.
Cameron, thank you so much for the call.
Thanks. Have a great night.
You as well. Boom! You've been ejected from the cockpit. Cameron, thank you so much for popping on. We've got Mutt Viles, then V-Man, and then we got Hype behind the scenes. Let's see, Just Win Jets becoming a member of the economy class. Thank you, Just Win Jets, for joining again. Always appreciate helping out the channel. If you guys do, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Help brother out. Hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go to who we got. We got Mutt Viles over here. Mutt Viles! How you doing, dude?
Okay, there we go. I was going to say, why am my camera working? What's going on, Ryan?
Dude, I'm feeling good. It feels like we have a team, and it feels like we have a team we can be proud of, and that it seems like it's sustainable. Like it's not just a fluke win or anything like that.
Nah, this ain't a fluke. You need to give it time. It needs to marinate. That's all it needs to do. Everyone needs to, like Roger said, relax. It's okay. Just everyone calm down. We played the best team in the NFC. Then we went to Tennessee, which is a little bit of an easier defense, but their quarterback was trash. And then we got a home opener against arguably the biggest assholes in our freaking history in the last 20 years.
Arguably, it just flat out is. They were. Oh, I want them to feel the next 25 years of pain and suffering and torture and torment that we had to go through. I want nothing but the best for them.
Man, life was just electric. I went to the game last night, though. That game was electric. And just watching Drake May, though, I'm like, what are you doing? He's not ready at all.
Oh, yeah. No, when they put him out there, I was like, I don't really want to see him score this touchdown, like, going down the field. Like, I'm going to be a little irked if we, like, put up a 3-spot the entire game and then the fucking rookie comes in and in garbage time when we're just like, hey, let's just get out of the game. He scores a touchdown. I'll be like, oh, look, he doesn't look that bad. It's like, no, I don't want any of that crap. No, I think Jets defense just made that whole team look silly. And it's like, you know what? Any little bit of a high horse they were on from the last 2 weeks of like, wow, we're actually doing better than we thought. Get back in the basement of the division. Sit down.
Exactly. That's where they're going to be. If it's not them, it's going to be Miami. Because
dude,
that's what I predicted, though, in the roundtable when I was talking to Richie and all them. That's what I predicted.
Do you think Tua ever plays again?
If he's smart, no. Make them correct her on this. If he retires normally, I think it's like $100-something million fully guaranteed.
120. So there's 124 million left. 124 million. Right. If he's medically retired, he gets it. If he opts to retire, he just gets his 43 million that he got this year. So like ultimately, like if you're not going to get the 124, I think 43 million is perfectly fine to live on the rest of your life. You should be able to figure it out and have your brain intact. But like, I would also be okay with like, hey, I'll pay this doctor like $10 million or multiple doctors to medically retire my ass. Like,
exactly.
Let me make my money. I don't know.
It's smart to do that.
Yeah, well, that's just it. It's like kind of one of those. I felt bad. Like after he got knocked around last year, I said I think he should retire. This game, as much as I love football, it is not worth 20 years off your life. That is a lot of years to not have with family and like, especially because like every time there's something about like getting concussed and like, okay, look, that guy's got his bell rung and he's like up and he's walking around or whatever. But like when you see Tua like his fingers starched, like locked together, like there's something like feels like that's worse. And I have no idea if that's worse from a medical perspective or not. It may not mean anything whatsoever, but it just looks horrible.
From the way they say it, though, it looks really bad. But nah, anything with Miami, stay in the basement. Because I told the round table and all that, though, my prediction, though. I had us going 11-6, Buffalo 10-7, the Pats going 8-9, and Miami being 7-10.
Wow.
And right now,
and you said that at the beginning of the season?
That might come true.
I was going to say, did you say that before like Tua got knocked out? You said it like preseason?
Yes, I said this way before the season started.
How did TD handle that? Because I
said it back in July.
Dude, there's no way I would have thought. I thought Patriots would be the bottom of the division for sure. That was kind of where I figured the Dolphins would be behind the Bills, but not like overly so. I do think the Bills will fall off a little bit. I think they're hot right now. I am concerned about their pass rush. Like, I think that they still are a scary team. They're scarier than I thought they were going to be. I'll say that much. I thought they would be a little bit easier going through 2 weeks.
There's one thing with Buffalo that gets on my nerves. It's that it's not really them. It's the media, the way they talk about Josh Allen. Because I was saying this to Dan, though, what was I think it was 2 days ago. I said I asked him, why is he the second most protected quarterback, not named Patrick Mahomes? Because
you think he is?
You watch the way he played. I feel like he is though, because you watch the way they played. They ran the ball. They knocked Tua around, and they got 3 picks off him. 2 of them, I think, was 2 going for 6. And all I hear is, "Did you see what Josh Allen did? What did he do? He did nothing."
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what it is.
I
I'm
do
like, come
think
on.
that Josh Allen is honestly, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. Like, he's so
an
much fun to
athlete.
watch. He's a baller, dude. And like, I think the talent is absolutely there. I don't think he gets the benefit of the calls like Mahomes does. Like it feels like Mahomes is like otherworldly in that respect. And I don't know if there's another quarterback that like stands out to me that would get those same kind of calls. Now, maybe the dick riding of Josh Allen is more kind of where it's at, where it's like, oh wow, this guy like can do no wrong, but it's like, dude, the defense had 3 interceptions and like all this other stuff. Like, it's a lot easier when you have 3-4 extra opportunities. Like the Jets 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, when we played Tennessee, we had the interception, we had the fumble, and we had the block punt, and we won by a touchdown. Like, it's a lot easier to win when you have 3 turnovers and 3 extra opportunities to score. Not to mention, one of those got taken away in scoring position by with Tennessee. So I see what you're saying, but I don't think Allen gets the benefit of like calls necessarily. I think he gets the benefit of like that team wins, he automatically gets the credit for it. But that's I feel like that's quarterbacks in general.
Yeah, that's what it feels like with that. When Mahomes, he gets that because he's getting the Brady treatment. We all know this.
Yeah,
he's getting the Brady treatment. But please, if you're gonna do that to him, don't put him in the Super Bowl series. Then put him on another 3-peat. What was it? 3 out of 4 years. Whatever the frick Brady did.
I really don't. Mahomes has been pissing me off. I just like the penalties is always an issue. There's some like absurd stat too where it's like, it's not. I guess there's some context that could be had with it, but he's got an insane amount of interceptions that were overturned 18. Due to penalties. It's 18. Insane. It's like it's wild 18. Number. Now at the same time, if you know someone's hopping off sides and you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna chuck it up because it doesn't matter, like. You probably have to filter that stuff out, but I would love to know like how many of those were not plays that he knew he had an interception on, and that's just the harder thing to drill down on. I don't know. I'm sick of Mahomes. I don't want to see him in the Super Bowl. I'd rather like literally any other team. Like obviously I want our Jets to be in it, but like literally any other team other than them.
We are gonna go there. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
It's gonna be Jets versus Lions. Jets Lions.
That would be fun.
Be a crazy game
because
there'd be so many people that would be anti-Jets though. It would piss me off. Like I almost wanted to be like, I wanted to almost be like the Eagles versus the Jets, and then it's like, okay, fuck Philly.
Boring.
Like now there's gonna be a bunch of Jets.
Everyone's gonna ride Jalen Hurts then. Jalen Hurts, Mark, they're gonna ride them because they were there.
I want everyone to like be pumped up about the Jets to like go win. I feel like if we go against the Lions, it'll be like, oh no, like screw Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. They're just all full of themselves. Or maybe we just play the bad
Aaron
guy.
Rodgers is smacked around the floor, so
that's
they want to watch it again.
I really shouldn't like think that way. I just want to like. I don't care who we face in the Super Bowl. I just want to get there. Exactly. Mudfiles, what are your thoughts on the running backs before I go over to V-Man?
Like you said before, Breece Allen is Christian McCaffrey. Braylon Allen is a BB King Henry in the making. Watch.
I like it.
Watch.
Dude, he's violent. That honestly, my favorite run that I've seen this season so far was the 1 yard gain he got yesterday, where he fucking bulldozed someone. Oh, he's just like little boy, boom, like knocks some teeth out.
And the kid's 20.
Dude, I jumped out of my seat. Out of my seat.
Ryan, he's 20 years old. I'm 27. He's younger than me, and the kid can't even drink yet, and he's running over grown men.
Insane. I have a clip. I was on the AFC East roundtable when Richie couldn't be on it for one of the episodes, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do a mock draft," and I was like, "We're in round 4." I'm like, "Pull up running back, Braylon Allen right now." I gotta clip
I feel like
it.
Every Jet fan wanted Braylon Allen.
Dude, we were so pumped on him for like, God, it had to be from like middle of February, whatever it was. Just like Green Bean was on Isaiah Davis too. He was high on him. Like I did not watch Isaiah Davis
one though, especially watching him play yesterday though. I was like, wait, he's actually gonna play?
I was a little surprised, but at the same time, I like that they gave Brees and Allen some rest. And honestly, I didn't like seeing Rodgers out there for the last series he was in there for, because I thought the game was over at that point. Like, pull all your starters. I don't want to see someone get hit the wrong way. Like, I don't want to see not that Jordan Love was playing, and obviously he was trying to win a game at that point, but I don't want to see like a last second play where someone gets hurt in a game that's
right. You already have
won.
a 3-score lead. Why risk having your star to get hurt, especially on our curse of turf?
Yeah,
it's
just because you want to see 300 yards from Rodgers, like I'm like, cool, I'll take 200 yards from Rodgers and a W every day. Like, it is okay. I don't got to get the 300 number, that
You want something real quick before I bounce out of you? I personally think it was funny. So it was before the Titans game, though. Like, you saw how Richie was doing his jersey giveaway?
I vaguely am aware of it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, he was doing a jersey giveaway, and shockingly, I won it.
Fuck yeah.
So he asked me what I wanted, and I went with the classic white Jermaine Johnson. And what the hell do you think happened before? Wait, that's Sunday.
Did you like send the message like as he was getting like carted off the field? Is that like you were like, oh, I can't wait. Oh wait, there's a lag on the TV. No, I already sent it. there goes Jermaine Johnson.
Bro,
dude,
I was so freaking upset. I was like, are you kidding me?
Honestly, Jermaine was the jersey I wanted in the offseason. Not the only reason I got Garrett. I would have got Garrett anyway with the number 5, but I wanted the green JJ jersey. Now I think I might have to get a Braylon Allen like 0. I think the 0 is pretty.
I don't know if I want to do that anymore because.
Well, now I'm terrified to get like anything.
Rodgers jersey last year. Last year, my sister's boyfriend got me a Rodgers jersey. Pops Achilles. I get the Jermaine Johnson jersey. Pops Achilles.
See, the trick is just buy so many jerseys that like you can't not get a jersey. Like that's the thing. Like you get New Year, you get excited, you gotta get a new jersey. I shouldn't say you got
exactly though, but it's like
I feel like I always have to.
I'm like, wait, if I pick Hall, is he gonna get hurt? Like I'm gonna get afraid now at this point.
Kevin S in the chat says buy a Josh Allen jersey.
Bro, I was talking to one of my friends about that. He said, "Yo, buy Josh Allen."
Yeah, dude, just fucking start Patrick Mahomes. Just start taking dudes out on the other teams.
And make a non-hit list unintentionally.
Oh my god. just start buying 𝐀𝐻𝐿 jerseys. Just like, hey, 25%. Like even if it's not or $25, it may not. The full NFL Vapor jersey will get you a season-long injury. But if you get the the knockoff Chinese jersey, you can get like knocked out for the game we play them. I think that's how that works.
Exactly.
Mud Files, thank you so much for the call, dude. You've been ejected. Ryan. Good talking to you, dude. Good talking to you. We got V-Man in the chat. Give me 1 second. I will add you into there. V-Man, how you doing? What'd you think of yesterday's game?
Hey, what's up? I thought the game was good. Great day. Jets win and Bad Bunny drops a day for me.
That is a win.
It was a good day. A little somber today though.
Why was it somber today?
7 years since Hurricane Maria wrecked Puerto Rico.
Destroyed Puerto Rico. Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't survived.
How has the like rebuild been? Like my only experience with like bad hurricanes was Sandy down the shore, and that took 5 years, 5 to 8 years. Rebuild.
It's still like the island of Vieques. It's been 7 years. They still don't have a functioning hospital. There's 8,000 people there.
Damn, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Imagine you have a medical emergency. You got to be flown you got to take a ferry to the mainland.
That's terrible. That is awful. No, I don't want to be in that situation. You shouldn't have to be in that situation. That's bad.
Yeah, no. Blame the people in the blue palm tree.
The blue palm tree.
But if you're Puerto Rican, you get it. So,
okay.
All right, we'll get back to football. No, this was a game. This is the first time I've ever been to a winning football game, and the best part about it was they would not like. I had imagined there must have been like 1% Patriots fans in this.
Dude, there was not many there. for the first time in a long time. I feel like every time we play the Patriots in MetLife, it's like, here comes 15% of the stadium, 20% of the stadium of fucking Patriot fans, let alone if it's like at the tail end of the season when we stink, then it's even more. But like home opener, there was literally, I think I saw 5 like within like eye shot of me like sitting and like, you know, within a section and a half or so on either side. I was like, this feels good. This feels like a home field advantage. This feels like we're not going to like stop. We're just going to keep like beating them into submission. And we just kept going after Brissett and like 7 sacks. I had no idea how many sacks we had when my phone died. I was like, I have 6 sacks, 7 sacks. Who the hell knows?
No, I got a 6 and a cigar from my cousin who was a Patriots fan. Was enough to make that bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, every time like they flashed on the jumbotron, the disparity on offense, I just had to snap a picture of that. I tweeted out, am I really seeing this? And it goes right after after like the first quarter, they had 1 yard on their first drive, and we had like 79 or something. I took a picture of that.
Dude, I think we got. I think it was like just partway into the fourth quarter, the Patriots had like 96 yards of total offense. It wasn't until like the final back half of the fourth quarter that they actually like eclipsed the 100-yard mark, and I think they wound up with like just shy of 200 total.
Yeah, no, it was just fun to watch. Just like, and the best part about today has been drinking in the Patriots tears. Like the
copium they have. Dude, like, this isn't the Brady-led Patriot. Like I posted the every throw video, and there was a few Patriot fans on there that were like, oh, this isn't the Brady-led Belichick Patriots. You guys we knew we're gonna be bad. It doesn't mean anything. Kick rocks, dude. We're not calling it our Super Bowl. This is a checkbox. We're like, okay, we should beat you soundly, and we did. On to next week.
I will bet you those same people were posting, commenting on the Jets Patriots preview video the NFL release, saying, "Oh, look at it, here we come! You know, they're being all cocky. You know, we're gonna put up a good fight, yada yada," and then they get smacked down in the game.
Just feels good.
I will bottom dollar that you will find those same people on that preview videos.
Yeah, they would. You know what? They change their tune pretty quickly as soon as their narrative shifts. Like, oh well, you know, sorry. I guess maybe you guys, you're not a good team because we stink. Not gonna deflate my balloon. Not gonna take the air out of my sails.
Oh yeah, no, it is gonna be fun because I mean, damn, they couldn't stop a damn nosebleed all game.
Dude, it felt so good. Like literally since like the first quarter, I was like, I don't think we're losing this game, like at all. Like the first time we went, what was the first drive? Like 75 yards or whatever. It was just like right down the field. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Never happened.
Yeah, no.
Never happened.
Yeah, no.
And we did it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, no, it's going to be incredible. Then we got Broncos next week. It's going to be relatively. I feel like this is a sign of a good season.
Dude, I just want to take it to the Broncos so badly that like that Bo Nix becomes Jacoby Brissett, and they're like, you know what? Let's just put Zach Wilson in to take his lumps the final drive or something. Like, I want Zach Wilson to be the quarterback for the Broncos in the worst way. I want my pound of flesh. I want the defense teeing off. I don't know. I want to win so badly against Sean Payton and that Bronco team because of all the pain that they've caused us the last 2 years with AVT going out twice and Brees going down the one time. Like, I'm done with Denver. I'm done with Denver. I want to beat them in the worst way.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I agree. And thankfully, it's not their turf we're going to get hurt on.
Yeah, thank God we're doing it here. V-Man, any last words before I get to our next caller?
No, I think I covered it all, man.
Dude, I appreciate you calling in, and you have a good night, V-Man. Boom! You've been ejected from the cockpit. All right, we've got Charles and then Lima Bean on the line. I just want to go through the chat real quick, see if I got anything popping up in here as far as questions. This is the comment I saw earlier. Kevin says, got to buy a Josh Allen jersey, Mutt Files. So we started knocking our division rivals out of loop. Let's see, what else you guys talking about in here? Look at this, Oreo. Mutt Files is handsome. Bro should record some audiobooks. I like it. Will McDonald, 5 sacks in 3 games. Definitely nice. Definitely nice. I would have been shocked if you had told me, hey, Will McDonald's going to have, or what do you think, what do you think your record is? If you had told me Allen Lazard has 3 touchdowns and Will McDonald has 5 sacks just 3 games into the season, I'd be like, we're going to fucking Super Bowl. I'm sorry. There's no other rational answer to this question. If this is how these guys are performing, and we're just going to win. We're going to win it all. This whole, the stats are nuts for me. Billy says Zach is going to be the quarterback for the Dolphins most likely. That would be an interesting move. I was thinking Russell Wilson would go down there, but maybe it's Zach. I'm interested to see what other San Francisco related coaches feel about Zach, particularly Shanahan and McDaniel, because I don't know if Zach's the first pick you go to. It'd be interesting though, man. I would love to see him go down there and just suck balls. That would be fantastic because I fucking hate the Dolphins. There's not one. The Dolphins by far are my least favorite team. As much as the Patriots have given us hell, I despise the goddamn Dolphins. I do not like them. Whatever. Let me get off my soapbox. Let's go over to Charles. Charles, how you doing?
Hey, Ryan, what's up?
Dude, I'm feeling pretty friggin' good about our New York Jets after yesterday's game. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. Am I surprised about Aaron Rodgers' performance last night? I'm going to be honest. No, because he's Aaron Rodgers. Not trying to sound cocky or naive. I mean, you can't deny Aaron Rodgers is probably the most talented quarterback we've seen in our lifetime.
As a Jet, yeah. I mean, it's got to be, right?
Even when he was with Green Bay, he was extremely talented.
Oh, you're talking about just quarterback in general, not of the Jets. You're saying?
Yeah, I'm talking about in general, not just on the Jets in general.
Yeah. Well, even his touchdown interception ratio is insane. It's absurd. It really is. And it's him and Brady, I think, when you look at the top quarterbacks. Those two and probably Peyton are the 3 that stand out to me the most from that era of quarterback. Obviously, you have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and that crew that's come more recently. But Aaron is just it feels
He's
like
special,
this is how
man,
offense is supposed to look.
I think he's going to have a big for us this year.
What was that? Sorry.
I think he's going to have a big year for us this year. I just feel it. Coming into yesterday's game, I was going to say this game, listen to me. Mm-hmm. Yesterday's game, I had a strong feeling and belief that the Jet offense was going to explode. Maybe not so much in points, but in yards and first downs and time of possession. And they did. And Aaron Rodgers, 27 out of 35 for 281 yards, 2 touchdowns. But they were coverage sacks. Offensive line looked great. Thank the Lord, Morgan Moses didn't go down severely. Thank the Lord. And I really like what I from Olu Fashanu. He looked good, especially in the run blocking and pass protection.
Yeah, I was very surprised I shouldn't say surprised. I'm very happy with how this offensive line has looked so early in the season and how Olu has looked. Obviously, even in preseason, we were cutting up his tape and just looking at how he performed left side, right side. Dude's been way more than I think was advertised around draft season. I think he was billed as a he only played left tackle, so he's only going to be a left tackle. And he comes in, he's like, no, I'm willing to play wherever. Let's win some games. It's all right, I like this guy. This is a cool cat. The level of play has been nice to see from Olu.
Exactly. And plus, I think we kind of owe Keith Carter somewhat of an apology because he dealt with crap talent and crappy depth. Listen to me, depth last
I
year.
knew what you were trying to say. Dude, no interior offensive line like to speak of. I think Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton, honestly, feels like a worse selection than Zach Wilson to me. Like when I'm like I understand why we went with Zach at 2. You know, we all wanted the Trevor situation to work out. And like in hindsight, you probably roll with Sam Darnold and do the trade down. But what Mekhi Becton meant to the lack of an offensive line that we saw the last few years, because we didn't retain Morgan Moses because we had that belief that Mekhi Becton was coming back healthy from injury. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that the O-line looks so much better and so much deeper this year. And dude, John Simpson had a penalty for I think it was unnecessary roughness. Love it. Someone starts smacking around your quarterback. Someone starts taking late hits. Let's get a little vitriol. I'm okay with taking a penalty if you're protecting your guys.
What I was going to say was the problem with Mekhi Becton wasn't his talent. He was lazy. My father said it last night. Mekhi Becton was very talented. Therefore, he hasn't looked too bad for the Eagles, you know, at least in my opinion anyway, as a guard. But the problem was Mekhi Becton got very lazy these last few years, and that's what it would fall. So,
well, I'm just talking not from a talent perspective. Like I do think Mekhi Becton drafted and played better in spurts than Zach ever consistently played. But I would say the miss on Becton as a draft pick because of the injuries kept us from addressing our offensive line in a better capacity because we let Morgan Moses walk out the door. We didn't, I think we could have fought harder to keep Fanta in with us at some point. I don't know. I'm just happy. We got a good fucking team. We're going to smack some people around this year. Charles.
I agree, man. Have a good day, man.
Boom! You have been ejected from the cockpit. We got Lima Bean on the line. Lima Bean, how you doing, dude?
Hey, it's been a while, man. Like, how's it going?
Oh, dude, I'm like so busy with work and 2 kids. I feel like I have no consistent streaming days anymore. Like aside from Tuesdays, I'm all over the map.
But I'm glad that at least you saw what a modern offense looks like for the Jets. I don't think I've ever seen anything as close to that. Like the closest was 2015 with the Fitzpatrick year, but I've never seen anyone throw the ball like that. Like even when we had good offensive days on occasion, like the quarterbacks, they wouldn't Aaron Rodgers was picking up 2nd and 17s, and like there was like a 3rd and 10 he picked up with Gibson, like of all people, and it shows that. Yeah. Throughout the broadcast, I know you were watching the game live, like at the place, but the broadcast the whole entire night was saying like how Hackett's like a genius. I was like, a quarterback just changes everything. Like just everyone, like how does Sean Payton look without Drew Brees? Like crap. Like like it's just, you can't. Now I understand. Like before, everyone would make excuses about like young quarterbacks, like they need this and that, and I understand. Do Sam Darnold any favors by any stretch. That being said, when they saw tape and he was missing wide open people, that's more of a quarterback thing. Like you saw when Zach Wilson out and you put in Mike White, it's like, all right, he might not be the best quarterback, but there's throws to be made, and he's not making it. Like, and then you saw with Aaron Rodgers, his mastery of an offense, he makes everybody look good. Like it's just. And that's why you get so many receivers. They go to like different situations, they suck, and then with a good quarterback, they're great. And then like it's just, you know how good it feels to have a quarterback ball and you're not flinching because you're afraid something bad's gonna happen. Like I've had that in the pit of my stomach for a long, long time. Yeah, like it's just like usually if we win a game like yesterday, it would have been 10-3. Like that's how we would have won.
Yep.
We would have
on
lost
a defensive score. Like it'd be something stupid.
Like, I mean that's the way Rex Ryan would play. He'd probably tell Aaron, "Don't throw that ball. We're gonna run it just over and over." But like that Titans game, I would have seen us losing constantly because we would have hit the field goal and then they would have rushed and either got a field goal, won overtime, or got the touchdown, one or the other. But like it's just, I don't know. There's so many. We had honestly, 9 touchdowns in 3 games.
I was gonna say honestly, even in week 1, I felt sort of similar to that, where it was like I didn't feel like we were out of it. It felt like the Jets were just off. It was like, okay, Lazard dropped that ball. Like, fuck you, Lazard. And
Yeah,
then Brees fumbles. I was like, that's not normal. Like it just feels like we're waiting to
lack
click.
of preseason, man. I'm pretty sure of it because
That's
it's just
absolutely
lack
how
of
it
game.
felt.
Like live game action is a completely different thing than
Mhm.
practice. But Lazard looks like a guy resonator. You should call him instead of Alan Lazard, Alan resurrected. Like it's just
Absolutely.
you know, like that's what a good quarterback does. Like he'll make a peep guy look great if he's great. I'm not saying that every quarterback should or be able to do that. There's only one Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, you know, something of that nature. But like, so I was at sycophant that like after I saw like I was watching Green Bean stream while watching the game just to like you know have the whole thing. But then I went to see all the other people just because I'm just a hater. You know what I'm saying? And so like. I saw the Patriots post game, and you know what the first thing they said? These aren't your father's Jets. That's the first thing they said, like in their
Felt
post game.
good.
And then I saw TD Finn's talked like, and he was just like with his head down like this, like this is a problem. Like it's just like, like because he like all of them were rooting for the Patriots. Like they're like the Patriots aren't a threat. So but once they saw Aaron Rodgers, and then the Buffalo fans, they're like, oh boy, there's going to be some competition.
Dude, fuck it. We beat the Bills with Zach Wilson at quarterback each of the last 2 years. Like, we're going to beat the ever-loving snot out of some teams this year that
Like I
don't
said,
expect it. They don't see it coming.
My only worry is health. And, like, I haven't seen a O-line block like that since, like, we had Nick Mangold to Brick and, like, what was it,
That's
Woody?
a 2010, 2011 kind of line. Like,
yeah, Faneca and all those guys. Like, you know, like, it's just, I haven't, that Allen, like, oh my god, like you were right about that guy. Like, I mean, much about him.
I was like two guys. I was like Braylon Allen and Jordan Travis. Those are two dudes I wanted.
I'm saying this. You have a better like mid-round draft selection than Green because he's talking about Laviska Shenault, and if I hear another thing about that,
Bean was up on Isaiah Davis. Bean's got a few good ones on me.
Is
for sure.
Is he a bad? I just like to tease on Green Bean just like a little bit. No, I agree with a lot of things he said for the most part. I just because it's always Kenny Yeboah and Laviska Shenault, so I just never.
Hey, Yeboah's still on the team. We got him as an undrafted free agent. I can't give him crap on that.
Like I said, I kid. It's just tongue in cheek, but like, do you think Izzy Abanikon is pretty much just out of this whole entire thing completely?
So, yeah, you know, I don't know what to make about Izzy right now. I agree that he should be inactive every day that Brees and Allen and Davis are active because of what he did in the preseason. Like, I think there's enough like interest there that if a running back goes down somewhere else, you might be able to get a mid-round pick for Izzy. And I'm not going to lose much sleep about it.
You know, like the Cowboys are looking for a running back because they're still with Ezekiel Elliott, who's like 100 years old now. And then I don't know.
I don't know if we'll get anything for him.
Is he on the practice squad or is he still on the active roster?
No, he's on the active roster. He's just deactivated on game days, which I think we saw a little bit last year too. I'm okay with that. And honestly, if we do lose someone, is he still a home run threat? Maybe he could show out better. It's just he's stuck behind a stable of really good running backs right now, which is just a fantastic problem to have.
It's the most. Yeah, those are good problems. You know, like I mean, think about this: Broderick Jones is still bench while Will McDonald's doing crazy stuff, and then we have Fashanu who came in. Well, it's like I'm glad. Like I'm sure Brock Bowers is good things in the league, but like you saw with Aaron Rodgers,
he could make. Good.
I'm sure he does, but like I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers upright than Brock Bowers moving around with a dead quarterback in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like would you rather Brock Bowers and Tyrod Taylor or Olu Fashanu and Aaron Rodgers?
Exactly.
Like, I'll take Aaron every day.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers made like our tight ends yesterday look great. Like it's just I'm sure. I'm not saying that we limit the weapons. No, get as many weapons as possible. We get not Jamal, the other Adam, Devontae Adams, like if possible or whatever. But like. You saw, like, he converted a 2 and 17 with ease to Conklin. And then there's another, like, long third down pass that he completed down the middle of the field. Like, it's just good to see. And I just want to kick Broncos' butt. Like, we've faced them 5 years straight and 6 out of the last 7 years. Like, we just can't get rid of them. Like, you know, like, they're always...
Dude, I haven't felt this confident in a quarterback, like, or at least, like, through yesterday's game, probably since Pennington. If I'm being honest, like,
and as good as
there was like
once,
Fitz had some
Rodgers.
good games, but I didn't feel confident. Like I always felt like Fitz could like turn into a pumpkin and like start throwing interceptions. And then like Favre was had a monster cannon, but he was always a gunslinger, and you get the interceptions too.
I think that's the last time I personally felt confident because we were 8-3 with Favre, and then all of a sudden he ripped us. rotate. Like
Yeah.
I remember that 6 touchdown
I would
game
say
he had against the Cardinals.
confident in a game,
Yeah.
but like confident. I'm more so talking like, hey, it's 3rd and long. Like, okay, we got a shot with like, oh yeah, no, I guess you're probably right. It's probably Favre like in the first 11 games.
And then seeing like now I understand the Hackett offensive system. It's more like an amoeba system where like you have to call like audibles left and right because it's all defensive based. So yeah, that system like there's no way Zach could have handled that. That's why it was always like a one read run and gun kind of thing. And also Zach Wilson's not good. Like, and listen, I know I want blood against every former quarterback we have just because if they leave us, I'm at the point where like no, you got to suck for life, otherwise it's gonna be awful. Like and so yeah, if Zach Wilson comes, first of all, I just want to beat the crap out of Bo Nix just because I don't want Sean Payne to ever have a functioning quarterback. But like, and then again, I have no hate for Sam Darnold. That being said, I hope we make him see ghosts. Like it's just one of those things where like we got to remind the world like no, it wasn't us. Sam had a fault in this too. Like it wasn't all us. Like
dude, I have such a soft spot for Sam Darnold. It's absurd. Like I wish Sam could have been the guy.
He was a good
in place
guy
of Zach.
and had a lot of potential. I mean, the one thing Zach, which is very rare, the one thing Zach had over Sam was he probably had better arm talent, but Sam was probably the better all-around better quarterback.
Dude, he's gonna end up going to Miami next year, and like because they've got JJ McCarthy in Minnesota, and then we're gonna see like Sam Darnold in the offense that we could have seen him in. Like
you got to also remember this, like Sam Darnold when he was in Carolina. Not to say Carolina's a great situation by any stretch, but at that point he had a number 1 receiver, forgot his name, he's now in Chicago, and then Robbie Anderson, who was still fast at the time, and CMC was their running back, which is great, and he was still getting yelled at the bench. Like Sam Darnold, I mean, I saw against the Vikings, not the Vikings, the Giants game, and then I saw against San Francisco. He does great, but a lot of times he is chucking to Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson's just that great. Like Dante Culpepper looked great with Randy Moss. Like take away that, and then Sam Darnold threw an interception, and that's when his first read is closed. Like then he gets to a little issue. Again, this is not me trying to bash Sam Darnold. I'm saying he's probably a solid mid-tier quarterback, but I don't think he's ever going to be the guy that you would think
we'd want
overall,
it at 2 overall, 3 or 3 overall, yeah.
But like, I just hope we go on this tear, and I'm just looking forward to like this. Like, everyone yesterday, like on ESPN, like Mina Kimes and like I forgot the other radio people. Like they picked the Patriots. They all of a sudden like their defense is great and they have a great running game. And now today we won, and they're like, oh, it's not. There's not the Patriots. Like, no, you said that they were gonna win.
Yeah. It's gonna be same old Jets for them until we like really prove them wrong. And I think Jet fans can sit here today. I was saying it earlier in the stream. My coworker and I, like 2 big Jet fans in our office, fucking cloud 9 all day. Just like you couldn't say anything to us. You couldn't say anything bad to us because we were just gliding through the day. I had to go to the water cooler, gliding on air. I could skip across the office. It felt fucking great.
Dude, you know what's hilarious? I again, being my hater self, not just seeing the people that like we have to face and what their reactions was. I had to like take a look at the Giants threads and see what they're saying, and then they're just like, "Oh, damn, the Jets, they got this figured out. We should have done this for Daniel Jones, but except that he sucks too." So like,
dude, just having like a team. It's nice having a team that doesn't feel fluky, and like people can say like, "Wow, that looks good." Doing that on national TV was not something we normally do on national TV. Normally we like we see ghosts or
dude, that was an exorcist. Like every of like all the Jets YouTuber that I normally watch, they were all like, I feel confident but really nervous for this game because you just we're Jets fans. But like just watching the games, like wow, we were in control the whole game. There was still meat left on the bone. That should have been like 34 something, like 3.
Yeah. I mean, if you think we missed the extra point, or not the extra point, we missed the field goal. Like if we had one like. I forget what series it was. It was in the second half where we got like 30 yards worth of penalties like in our favor, and then Rodgers got sacked, and it was like 3rd and 33 or something stupid. And I was like, wow, that should have been points.
I mean, I'm not one to try to like pick out anything refs wise, but that being said, there was probably like 2 holding penalties, like, and then the announcers said like that's not holding, like they were
there was a few shots to the head that I thought like should have been called in favor of us, and then I think it was Clark got a helmet or a hit to the head that was like, hey, he hit like the guy's shoulder as he was like going down. Like, I don't know if that's necessarily like a defenseless receiver type hit.
Yeah, no, that's what the announcer says. Like, what is the guy supposed to do? Like, the guy lowered into him. Like, there's nothing he could have done. But like that being said, like I've 10 out of 15 third downs. 9 touchdowns in 3 weeks. The last when we got 9 touchdowns last year, week 9.
That
Week
doesn't
9.
surprise me. It was
Like-
we didn't have an offensive possession with the lead until halfway through week 4 last year.
And I just love Rodgers' confidence saying that, like, hey, like, I mean, it's good to, like, be happy with this win, but, like, you know, like, this is, we expect to win. Like, that's the mindset. Like, stop, like, he's like, stop having this PTSD. Like, let's just go with it. Like,
It just feels good. We're getting the monkey off our back. That's what it is. Lima
yeah,
Bean,
one step at a time. All right, see you later, man.
I appreciate you. You've been ejected from the cockpit. I like Oreo's comment here, and I should really start focusing more on this. Ryan used to eject mid-sentence. Now he says goodbye. All right. Now I calm my ass out a little bit. Should I lower the timer? Normally, I would do like a 3-minute timer, and we'd let people talk a little bit. Maybe I do like a 2-minute timer, and I just get ruthless. Like, I don't care who you are. 2 minutes is up. You get tossed. I love the old, like, they don't see it coming. Boom! I used to do just the audio call-ins. Video call-ins are fun. The audio call-ins, like, I felt like there's more emotion in the visual, I'm looking in your eyes perspective of, maybe not ejecting you mid-sentence. Or maybe I could just be ruthless, look you right in the eyes and just say, I don't give a shit. Boom! Lima Bean, Jake, Cameron, V-Man, Mudviles, you're gone. Boom. I do like the eject button. There's a sense of power that comes with the ejector seat. Oh, man. Kevin S. says week 11. I don't know what week 11 is in reference to. 11 weeks to 11 days. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Rob V says video call-ins way better. Okay. I like that. Ryan, your children have made you soft. Yeah, I also can't get like too rowdy and loud because the kids are sleeping outside. Not outside, but just outside the door. Honestly, the hardest part has been like trying to find a consistent day to stream because like literally 8 o'clock, I can't get on before like 8:30 like any day anymore. And then obviously with the job and stuff, it's a challenge. So I appreciate you guys coming in here. Oh wait, Blitzkrieg, did you say you have a super chat? Crossfire, I'll get you back to yours in a second. I just don't want to. Where's Blitzkrieg? I definitely missed yours then, Blitz. I see Charles said, hey, Ryan, happy for you and your friends attended and loved the game last night. Feel so proud to be a Jets fan right now. Where's Blitz? Oh, Blitz Crew. There's a green bean Funko Pop at Fanatics. Take a look. Fanatics. If I type in green bean, will it come up? Fanatics, Funko Pop, green bean. Like the Green Bay one, like the Santa one. Is that what you're looking at? I think that's what he's saying. I'm pretty sure you're talking about the Santa one. If not, you can tell me which one it is. Oh, it's great. It's so good. It's really funny that we have a book for the kids, and it's like all the popular females throughout history. And I have two daughters, and they're like in these cartoon sort of faces and stuff. And one of the characters is Amelia Earhart, and Amelia Earhart has the hat on with the goggles on top. And every time we get to that page, Shay goes, oh, "Daddy!" I was like, "Yeah, that's Daddy. That's you're right, kid. That is perfect. Makes you smile every time." So I wish they make if they make a pilot Funko Pop, I'd buy one of those. Crossfire. The chicken used to annoy me so much. Now I look forward to it. Every time, I think is what you're trying to say. That one was a hell of a win. Let's fucking go. Can't wait to see everyone at the Broncos game. Dude, Crossfire, I'm excited to meet you. And I cannot wait for the Bronco game as well. Blitzkrew's going to be there. And everyone else that I'm blanking on off the top of my head. Jason Edwards. I was looking at all the names. And my brain is toast right now. If you guys are coming to the Jets Broncos game, and I sent out tickets on Tuesday night. I sent them out. You should receive an email from either Ticketmaster or Jet Client Relations. I think it's Jet Client Relations. Accept those tickets now, so that way you have them. Because it says, like, at least on my side, it said like they have to accept them by 5 p.m. the day of the game, and the game, oh no, that can't be right. 5 p.m. the day of the game. I guess that's by the end of the game. Okay, so that doesn't mean anything then. But accept them. Make sure they're in your phone's wallet because MetLife doesn't have like the best service when you try to get up to the kiosks there. So definitely make sure you have all that stuff downloaded. And if it's not coming through, let me know. I can cancel the transaction on my side and then resend it. But I want to take care of that, as early as I can at this point. Crossfire says, Ryan, someone said that shirts were included. Is that true? If so, I didn't get mine. Crossfire, I'll absolutely send you a shirt. We were told to, well, actually, Richie was the one. Richie got told by the Jets that he can't have shirts with his group buy. So Richie told us that the Jets told him that. So we're like, hey, let's just pull it. We won't do the shirts. So we're not trying to whatever. I don't know why. We did shirts last year and we didn't get in trouble for anything. So I don't know. But yeah, we removed it. So we stopped advertising the shirt for it. But shoot me a message. I'll send you one. What was I going through here? I thought I was going to say something else in here. Momo Adamo. Ryan, what went on between Sal and Rodgers on the sideline last night? So I did not see the reaction or that like lack of a hug kind of a thing that everyone had posted all over the place. I didn't catch that part of it. But from my understanding, it was like, hey, no, let's go up 2 scores. That's, I think, what Rodgers said. The look that Rodgers gave to Sal, like the last little glance of the clip that I saw, I was like, that doesn't look great. That looks like, hey, look, I know what's going on. I'm going to make this team work. Stay in your lane, Sal. Like that's almost like the visual, like what I thought I heard in my head as I was looking at that glance. But I don't think it's anything bad. I mean, obviously this defense is locked and loaded and they're ready to play. But I'll be honest, that was the initial thought there. Abe says, Dakota, couldn't agree more on Joe Douglas. He missed on the quarterback and he's made some moves that weren't good. But which GM hasn't done that? His record is because of the quarterback, but the roster he's built is fire. Yeah, I'm on team. I want to re-sign Joe Douglas. I've been very adamant about that. I would say for the last at least 2 years, or since the Sauce draft. And even before that, I thought he was making the correct decisions at the time of needing to make the decision. If that makes sense. There's like a very like, okay, if this then that, and there's certain decisions that are going to bite you in the butt. Like I thought we should have retained Huff 2 years ago, like instead of the second round tender. I thought at that point I knew he was gone and I would have traded Huff last year. I think that was a mistake not trying to get something for him last season. And then I probably wouldn't have gone McDonald, and I'm honestly shocked they went with Olu. I'm happy they did. I thought they were going to go with Bowers. I would have been happy with either one. But very, very happy with the offensive lineman right now, especially with Moses being gone. I like Joe Douglas though. I would like to extend him. I think maybe you get to like your bye week and you see where you're sitting at there. If we're week 12, if we're sitting at like 8-3 or whatever the math would work out to be, 12-1. No, that's wrong. That can't be it because we're at week 12. If you have a week 12 bye, that means you've played 11 games. Let's say we're sitting at 8-3. We're at 8-3. 9-2, something like that. Just re-sign everyone. Make sure they're coming back. I want Douglas here. Let's see. Air Rosie. The play Moses got hurt on was because Tyron Smith gave up a sack and Moses got pushed into the players on the ground. So I saw him like screaming in pain on the ground, but I did not see how it happened. That's the one thing I really don't like about being in the stadium is you don't get the benefit of replay. And if the NFL games, football in general, not even just NFL, college ball, all of it, it's just it's built for TV. It's definitely a game that's more conducive to seeing it on a screen to be able to see all those replays and not seeing that left out a lot of context, at least in my mind, especially because my phone wasn't working. I shouldn't say it wasn't working. My phone died, so I didn't have Twitter to like start looking up all the replays of everything. Abe saying JD has been more of a good GM than a bad one, and his trades tend to be very good for us. I hope we win this year so he can stay, and continue building the team. Yeah, and look, I would even go so far as to say this. What is Joe Douglas's job? Joe Douglas's job is to build a good roster. Joe Douglas's job is to draft well, but ultimately, if you had to decide what his peak goal or like what his top duty is building a good team, I would say yes, he has done that. Has he had some awful selections in the draft that have set us back? Yes, absolutely. Has he had some great ones that have jettisoned us forward? Yes, absolutely. But I think where we don't highlight it enough is his ability to acquire talent outside of the draft. And you've mentioned it there with the, just building a very good team through trades is one perspective, with getting a second-round pick for Sam Darnold that allows you to get Breece Hall, trading away Jamal Adams instead of paying him a monster contract. There were so many fans that wanted Jamal Adams. I was like adamantly against Jamal. I had fans like at my throat for a year and a half leading up to that trade because I was like, we need to trade his ass. I don't think it's a good move. I was like, I don't think we need to have him here. Do not sign him to a long-term deal. He gets Garrett Wilson. He gets AVT because of those trades. He brings in Quincy Williams. He brings in JFM. I mean, heck, we had Berrios for a hot minute there doing, playing well for us. Like, he acquires talent in less than super costly ways. Like, think about the undrafted free agents we got. McGregor, Taylor, you got Tack. Like, there's just a lot of guys that are performing well at low financial or low commitment maybe to the New York Jets. I mean, heck, he's got Breece and Allen on rookie contracts right now. Like, he's built a really good friggin' team. Really, really good friggin' team. Blitz Crew, thank you so much, dude. Says, JD might be my favorite Jets GM in at least the last 20 years. Sherwood looks awesome. Sadly, CJ might now be a backup. Dude, yeah, Sherwood's looked like a stud through 3 weeks of play, and even like preseason too. Like through training camp, it was like, wow, Sherwood's playing really well, and he's just flying around. I think it's going to make it very difficult to put CJ Mosley back in. The issue is that I think CJ's got so much veteran, like, kind of cachet, if you will, that I don't know if I see Salah making the hard call. Like, a lot of times that, from what I've seen, Salah has to be kind of forced into that decision by way of like injury or like something along those lines. So I would love to see Sherwood and Quincy Williams be like the future at linebacker for us. Those two are just really, really fun to watch. I'm on board. Kevin S. Hot take. JD greater than Itzik. Yeah. Super hot take there, dude. I love it. Since the Jets don't play Sunday, any other game you're going to be watching other than only other team I watch is the Cowboys. It's my family's team. So any particular game that I'm going to be watching? Probably not. No particular game. I'll probably be watching Red Zone if I had to guess. It's nice, though, sitting back on a Sunday. Honestly, I wish if the Jets could play at 9 a.m. every Sunday, I would almost prefer that. I love the London lineup because it's like, wow, I get to start my day with the Jets, and then I get to watch the rest of the league because then I get to do some research. It kind of sucks, just from like more of a content perspective side of things, when I do like, hey, I'm going to watch the Jet game, I'm going to do the every throw video, I'm going to do a recap video on it, but now I've missed like basically all of the same slate that the Jets are on with. So if it's the 1 o'clock games, I miss all the other 1 o'clock games. And then, I'm live for half of the 4 o'clock games, then it's dinner and bedtime and all that. So I miss a lot of stuff when, we're doing all of this. So I like the early games. But as far as other teams that I'm going to watch, God, what's the schedule? I had this up the other, like, before I went live, and I probably should have just held on to it. So there's Giants, Browns, don't care. Bears, Colts, don't really care. Vikings, Texans. I kind of want to see the Vikings win. I like Sam Darnold. But as far as games that really like mean something, I mean, there's a lot of AFC teams that are playing NFC teams that would be very beneficial for them to like drop a game to, I guess. Not that the NFC carries that much of a weight, I guess, in terms of loss. Falcons and Kansas City are playing. I think the Monday night slate isn't like super interesting. Bengals and Washington is not one that I'm going to sit and watch. Bills, Jaguars, I guess because of the division rival Bills, that's, I'm more invested into that. Rams, San Francisco. I feel like the Rams are just falling apart. They're losing bodies left and right. Actually, Cardinals, Lions looks like a pretty good game. Just kind of eyeballing this slate here. Saints, Eagles could be a good game. That's probably it. Yeah, look, I'm happy to just sit back and just watch Red Zone, though. Get a good feel on all the other players that are out there. Crossfire. Do you know everyone's seats, or is that determined by the Jets? I want to know who I'm sitting next to. LOL. I am in the same row as Matt, but on the other end. So, okay, I do. Oh, I do. I have a seating chart. I did make a seating chart. Where did I put it? Give me a second. Let's see. Crossfire. Oh, was it you that bought your ticket, or was it your wife that bought your ticket? I don't remember now. What is your email? All right. So Crossfire, I could tell. Okay, so it was your wife that bought it. Which one is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to You can tell me. All right. Oh, that actually works out even better. You're telling me your exact seat. All right. Seating chart. Bam. You are seat 3 and 4, row 21. 3 and 4. All right. Boom. Gotcha. So, yeah, you're in the same row as O'Leary. We almost got the entirety of row 21. I'm in row 22. So Green Bean and Matt are in the same row as you. Jeremy's going to be in that same row. And then, let's see, in my row, we've got, do we have the entirety of row? We don't have the entirety of row 22. It's pretty close. We got seats 7 through 28. So Alan, Jason Edwards and his group, Michael Stewart, and then Blitz Crew are all in my row. And then I have 12 buddies that are in our same row. So I just put them all with us. So that makes up that whole section there. I'm trying to see who else is maybe in this chat. Andrew Grzonka is going to be one row in front. He's in row 20. But he's in the same section. So he'll be right in front of Matt, I think, if my math's right. I didn't really do it in any rhyme or reason other than trying to space Matt, Bean, and I out in some capacity. Or at least have us kind of in the core middle part of the group. A lot of it's just okay, people that get single tickets versus people that get 3 tickets or 2 tickets, just making sure that someone doesn't wind up one person winds up in a spot with 1 seat, but they have 2 other friends. This thing's a bitch to put together. And then I have to sit through and make sure I don't jack up someone's email. That's a big fear, right? Everyone, they buy their tickets, and if I type in an email wrong or if I don't copy and paste it correctly or something stupid, what if I send it to the wrong person? They accept the tickets, and then I don't have to. Way too stressful. Way too stressful. But very, very fun. So Blitz, yeah, you're going to be you're in my row. So you're actually sitting next to one of my good buddies. You're seat 14. I think I had myself penciled in for 21. So you were within potential high-fiving distance. 25. Says, my girl surprised me and bought me tickets. Jet Life was rocking. Had to chirp the Pats fans. Great watching them cheer only for flags and missed kick. LOL. Dude, that was a hell of a game last night. It's funny. I was planning on last second going. I was I want to go to this game. I'll find a way to go. And I hadn't bought tickets up until maybe 2 weeks prior. And then Blewett texted me. He's like, yo, what games are you going to this year? You owe me a shotgun. So I was like, all right, I know, I owe you a shotgun. I was like, I kind of want to go to week 1. He goes, dude, go get tickets week 1. Wound up buying tickets literally one seat in front of Joe Blewett. Like him and I were going to sit like literally together. And then I got upgraded tickets to go to the Coach Club. I was like, yo, Joe, I'm sorry. I'm going to go hang out at Tailgate. I'm totally going to shotgun beers with you, but I'm going to the Coach's Club. I'm going to have fun. So that was a good time. That was really funny. I enjoyed it. Glad you had fun too. Let's see. Crossfire. Do we have seats 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 of row 21? 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We've got, we have 1 through 12 and then 19 through 28 in row 21. So we're just missing seats 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But for the most part, we got like our main bulk of tickets are rows like 19 19 through 23, and then we bought those add-on tickets that are like literally the section next to us, but like aligned with us, like on that side of the section. So we're all going to be real close to each other. Like the other tickets are in row 19. Actually, there's 2 tickets that are in row 16. So someone's got like 3 rows in front of us that are sitting in some pretty nice seats. I'm pumped. I'm excited. All right here. What am I doing? Oh, how'd you pull that off down there with Benigno? Was he in the Coaches Club? I didn't know that. I saw Gary V was in there. That was cool. Mangold was in there. I don't know how you get into there like normally. It was not anything through YouTube. It was just through work. The company we work with, liquor distributor, buys I guess has a box at MetLife, and then I guess also has Coaches Club tickets. Whoever it is, I gotta make friends with that person though, and like always get those tickets because free food, sweet. It comes with food and non-alcoholic beverages and all this stuff. Dude, there was like shrimp cocktail and sushi and like all this stuff. It was very cool. If you have an opportunity to sit Coaches Club, my one concern was like, oh no, I don't want to be inside. I want to be outside with like the fans in the seats. And like, I didn't realize that like it's actually just like a partitioned portion of the center section that you still have your seat with the fans, but you can go inside and like just have all the free stuff you want. Very cool. Very, very neat. Some people were dressed up in suits and stuff, and I was like, that's way too classy. And I got like jet socks on with my shorts. I didn't wear the pilot hat. I almost wore the pilot hat in. It was warm though. Didn't do it. Look at Jerome. Just enjoy the season. Yeah, maybe we should, you know what? Jerome, we should make a shirt and just sit back, and for all those people that had just endure the suffering or just end the season, just enjoy the season. Maybe make it make it happy, right? Manifest your destiny there. Crossfire. As long as I'm not next to a Broncos fan, I would get kicked out. Yeah, no, you shouldn't. Well, I mean, I guess you could technically, not left or right, but maybe it's in some point because I don't have. Let's see, your seats 3 and 4. We do not have seats 3 and 4 in row 22, so that's entirely possible. You have one behind you. And we don't have the seats in row 20 right in front of you. So it's possible there's Bronco fans in front of you there. I have no idea. Jason Edwards, you're in row 22. You're right next to you're not next to Blitz Crew, but you're close to Blitz Crew. You're like 2 seats down. And then you're right in line with where I'm going to be sitting. He was there with his grandson. That's cool. And yeah, dude, free food was awesome. 25, stress-free football watching strictly for fantasy purposes. That's exactly what Sunday is going to be. It's fantastic. Isaac asking, Ryan, when are you dropping the Rodgers Every Throw video? So unfortunately, I can no longer post it to YouTube. It's really pissing me off because it was like easily my most popular video that I put out each week, but the NFL has been flagging everything for copyright with the broadcast. So it does not go on YouTube anymore. But if you go over to my Twitter, I drop it there. So So that's where it's going to be going. If you want to head over that way, share it, retweet it. It helps. Honestly, it's probably not a bad idea for me to post it over there anyway, because my Twitter game is like not good, and at least I'm getting some follows over there. But yeah, it sucks. I can't have it on my on the YouTube anymore. But what I found out is they haven't taken down my all 22 videos. So what I'll continue to do is I'll do the all 22 recaps and the every plays for those guys. It doesn't get a whole lot of like views, but I really enjoy it. And I think from like a strategic standpoint in like my own analysis of players, I think it's interesting. So as long as you guys continue liking it, and just throw a little like, even if you don't watch the whole video, just drop a like. It helps out. I'll keep doing it. If there's a player you guys want to see me do in particular, I try to do an Aaron Rodgers every throw via the all 22 also. It's just, I like the broadcast view of it a little bit more, at least for the every throw, because you get a few different angles and stuff. But yeah, let me know. Oh, GTA. I like the every throw videos and the all 22s. Okay. So well, I guess you like both of them, right? Ooh, Rocco, can you do can we please get a Fashanu every snap? Yeah, I should be able to do that. I should be able to figure that out. Horatio also saying Olu. You on Threads as well. I don't know if I have a Jets Talk one on Threads. Do I? Honestly, I made it like as soon as it started up as a thing, and then I just never did it again. I think I posted one thing maybe. But I don't know if that was my personal account or if that was my Jets Talk account. I should find other ways to like post it in other places. I usually post it. So actually Facebook, if you're on Facebook still, which I know a lot of you guys probably are not necessarily on, I do post the every throw video on Facebook, and it hasn't been pulled down from there yet. Twitter hasn't pulled it down, and but YouTube hits me for everything. So that kind of sucks. Rob V says, Crossfire, it'll be bad news if I was with you then. Now that I have kids, I try to be on my best behavior now. Oh, dude, it's like I haven't taken my kids to a game yet, and I can't wait till I can. I took Shay to the green and white scrimmage a few years ago. 2 years ago? She was like only like 2 months old at the time. So that was cool. I took her to training camp last year. I think next year she'll be a little more like aware of stuff going on. She's still a little small right now, and with all the night games, she's asleep by the time the 8 o'clock games start, which kind of stinks. Dakota also saying Olu. Or he's saying Olu's going to be a star. That's what we should do. Oh, you know what? I should do a poll question. So we'll do, let's do this. Let's see if can I make it on here? I think I can. Do every snap. Give me some names. Who do you want to see? I'll do a little poll question, and we'll do it in order. So I'll do Olu. We'll go Will McDonald. I feel like the Will McDonald one's a good one to add, especially since he's trending this way. Sherwood, that's another good one. So give me one more. What else we got in there? McDonald, Sherwood. Crossfire, you should post the videos on the website. Can you post videos on a Shopify website? I don't, honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that. Ooh, Agent Zero. Okay, we'll do Alan. So let me know which one you want to see first. You guys can vote on that, and then I'll do all four of these guys, and then we'll have that out there. I was originally going to do it as like just a members only thing, but I hate doing that. I don't like having content locked behind a wall. So we'll have fun with it. You guys tell me which ones you want. And, Sherwood, early leader right now. So Crossfire saying, you should post the videos on the website. Does that actually work? I'll have to look that up, because I think I have to post the videos to YouTube and link it to the website. I think that's my issue. That I would run into with that. You could tell me if it's a different story. One thing I have found, though, is like almost every forum and stuff, you can pretty much like cross post a Twitter post and it like plays in its native form, like in the window. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, I mean, I would put it over on the website if I can. I think it has to be hosted by a different thing. Can you post to the Discord? Oh, probably. I didn't even think of that. I'm going to open it up right now and see if it works. Although I probably can't upload it while I'm... Let's see. I love how I'm learning this stuff on the fly. So if I go to this one, I'm going to say add. We're going to upload a file. You know what? I'm going to upload it after. So if you're not a part of the Discord, I should probably find out what the link is to do that. Is this it? Is that how I invite people? I always forget where the invite link is. I had one. Oh, it's create invite. So I got to do it to the general. Is that where it goes? Verification. Invites. All right. How do I get my invite? I see there's the invite code. I haven't done this in a bit. Let's see. Share. Create a new one. All right. You know what I'll do? I'll have to find it. I'll add it to my description here. I know it's in the Talking Jets videos. If you go to Talking Jets videos, you should be able to find the Discord link. But what I'll do is I'll try to upload the every throw into there. I think I probably should be able to. You know, I didn't even consider that. It's one of those things that I want like as many people to see as possible, so people like subscribe. And with the Discord, we don't have like a crazy ton of people. I think we got like 200 people in the Discord. So it's few and far between then. Let's see. Kev asking, is this live? No. Yes. Yes, it is. Let's see. Jacob, thank you so much. Best quarterback play 25 years, baby, ever for us. So Jacob, if you guys don't know, is the one that helps me out with the every throw videos. So while I got a fucking, check this out. I got a stink bug on my lens. Oop. Hold on. Now I got to get it out of here before it stinks. Or I'll just put it upside down with a jar. Bam. Jacob was the one that did the every throw video for last night's game. So he's the reason I was able to enjoy the game out at the stadium and then not have to like re-tape everything and edit it over. So thank you, Jacob. You're the man. Sean needs a Malachi Corley, but sadly they don't play him. Yeah, I want to do a Malachi Corley every play. They just don't use him yet. Blitzkrieg, I just want to keep watching that 1-yarder by Allen. Dude, that is honestly my favorite play that I've seen. Like, I'll call it my favorite 1-yard run. That is my favorite, or even 1-yard play. My favorite 1-yard play was that play. Jacob, private the videos and people can get it on the website maybe. No, so even if I have, when I upload the video, it just says blocked. No one can see it. It used to say like, no monetization, but, money's going to go to the NFL, but like people can see your video. And that's how I've operated it through the last, 3 years, even through the preseason. That's how it worked. And then whatever it was just knocked me for a loop. Crossfire says, sent the link on the Shopify page on how to add videos. Where did you send the link to? You sent it on like Twitter or something or Instagram? Or is it in the chat and I'm just missing it? But I'll take a look. Do members only. Talking Jets email. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I thought about doing like the all 22s as like a members only thing. Like, hey, here's the benefit. Like, you want to support the channel? I'll clip these, and then I don't know. maybe I'll do that. But I like the idea of not having people have to pay for stuff. Could line up Corley everywhere. Yeah, see, you guys really like Corley. I would love to see Corley get some more stuff. Kev, late night stream, is that a regular thing? Not up to date. So it's honestly, I don't have a legit time when I can stream. It's like I got my Mondays that will be coming back. I went to the Linkin Park concert last weekend, so I did not do the Talking Jets show on Monday with Dom, and I didn't do my call-in show at night on Monday because I was at that concert. Tuesday, I had a last-second thing that I needed to bail on, so I wound up being in the chat, and I wound up taking care of some of the admin work for Talking Jets for the group buy coming up. But yeah, sometimes I'll do a late-night stream now just because the kids are running around like crazy. And this is the final time I can actually do stuff this time of night. But let me circle back around here. Let's talk a little BetUS. I should probably pull up a graphic here. Let me get a good graphic because we were talking about the different games that were going on and which ones we find interesting. And let me pull this onto the screen. Well, I think it'll pop up. Oh, that is smaller than I was thinking. Ha, that's what she said. All right, bam. So here's our slate of games. Let me get my graphic right here. Boom. It's not first 3 deposits. Got to change that. See, that's what happens. First deposit. All right. Let me try this again. Actually, you know what? I should probably pull this off the screen, and then I'll go back to it. So when they look at the ad read, they're like, that guy did it right. He didn't totally flub that up on the fly. That's okay. And now we're going to go back to our sponsor, BetUS, for some little schedule breakdown. If you guys want to get in on BetUS, get a 150% bonus match on your first deposit up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. They'll give you a 125% match on your next 2 deposits, but 150% bonus match on your first one. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Week 3 schedule. Slate that we're looking at. Obviously, very happy with the Jets over the Patriots. They can go kick rocks. We'll go down the first column, then we'll go down the second column. So Giants, Browns. I do think the Browns are eventually going to start clicking, so I will say the Browns should be winning that game. I don't trust the Giants as far as anything. They're going to be a bad team. I think they're going to be a top 5 pick, but I think Malik Neighbors winds up getting Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bears and Colts, that's an interesting team because I don't love Caleb Williams, but I think the Bears have a lot more talent than the Colts do right now. I'll take the Bears in this game. Vikings, Texans, I do think Houston is a filthy team. They're on the road in Minnesota. I'm going to take the Texans here just because I have them in like a dynasty league draft. I do have the Jets as well. I have the Texans, the Jets. Who's our third NFL team? Oh, and the Raiders is our other team. So we have 3 teams across like, it's crazy. I'll have to go into a different spreadsheet with that. It's nuts. Eagles, Saints. I'm going to say the Saints on this one. Dude, they've been on fire the first 2 weeks. So let's have them taking down Philly. I think Chargers beat the Steelers. They're primed for a loss at this point. They're 2-0. And the Chargers are playing pretty well. I really like Herbert a lot. J.K. Dobbins has been bouncing back in an amazing way. As far as Broncos and Bucks, I think Bucks are going to win that one. I really like Baker Mayfield and all the weapons they got there. Titans versus Green Bay. So I went against Green Bay last week. I'm pretty sure they won, if I'm not mistaken. I know Malik Willis had them up like 10-0 at one point. So this is kind of like his revenge game, I guess, right? He's going back to Tennessee. I'm going to say, I really don't like Levis, but I'm going to say Tennessee winds up winning that game. Then I got Raiders beating the Panthers, even with Andy Dalton starting. No more Bryce Young. I think that's fine. Rob V says Green Bay lost. Okay, so there you go. I think they were up 10-0 to start. Miami versus Seattle. I'm going to take Seattle here. No Tua is going to be tough for Miami to win games. Lions versus Cardinals. I really like the Lions. I think they're going to wind up representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. So that's where I'm going to go with them. I do think Baltimore winds up getting it right this week, even though I think the Cowboys are a harder opponent than the Raiders were last week. I think the Ravens just have to figure it out. I don't see them going 0-3 to start the season. I think San Francisco beats the Rams. I think Kansas City ultimately beats the Falcons. I think the Bills will beat the Jaguars. And then I think the Bengals should beat Washington. I'd be very surprised if that were not the case. So again, boys and girls, if you want to head over to BetUS, get 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 when you use code YouTube150. All right, boys and girls, I have, what have I been doing this? 2 hours now? Yeah, damn, 2-hour stream. This was going to be a 1-hour stream. This wound up going way longer. I had way too much fun with this stuff. It's been a lot of fun talking with you guys. I will be, am I going live tomorrow? I'm not going live tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live for the games at some point. Do something like that. We'll see. But it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you. Good little late night stream. Just before the midnight hour over here on the East Coast. So if you guys are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on this video on the way out if you enjoy what I do. And I'll see you next time.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.